Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're reacting to he made $1 million shot and they didn't want to pay him. It's the Jimmy High Roller reaction. It's been it's what, over a year since I last reacted to his channel, but I always found him really interesting, and his videos were always just fascinating stories, and this is one that I've been seeing all over my YouTube. Every day I go on, it's here, and the more I see it, the more likely I'm going to react to it, and yeah, we are here with it now. But the title is pretty wild. I mean, the idea of, so I guess this is like during like NBA games. I think at halftime sometimes they'll bring on like people. Maybe it's every game, I don't know, or if it's just for like big games or what. But they'll give people the chance basically to win money, and it's like half court shots, stuff like that. But in this case, he made it, and I guess didn't get paid. Or they made it. I assume it's this person here, and they didn't get paid, which sounds brutal. But I hope there's a happy ending to this story, but I'm not too sure, to be fair. But does this sort of thing happen a lot, or is this like just a one-off thing? And from this, it changed onwards? Because it's not like you're writing a contract; you just get selected out of a crowd. So it's not like there'd be some like laws behind it, I don't think. But it's still a horrible thing to do. But I guess we're gonna see, and yeah, let's learn about this whole situation. Links are also in the description to my Patreon if you want to see some more of my reactions. But let's see the whole backstory.
Right here. This is Don Calhoun. He's a big Bulls fan, and he's about to do something that will change his entire life.
So he thinks. Oh, it's full court. It's not even half court, it's full court.
$1 million bucks?
Fuck me.
That young man being hugged has just won $1 million here at Chicago Stadium.
Bro, he's got all the players there watching him, and that is gas, you know, that's quality. You got like all the players to celebrate with. Man, I hope there's a happy ending, because this is life-changing money for anyone. Anyone, goddamn.
Don just hit a shot from 80 feet out. A 3/4 court shot.
Okay, 3/4, but I'm going to say full court.
His prize for nailing this absolute bomb? $1 million. He can't believe it. Fans erupt. Don joins the Bulls as they celebrate his victory. Michael Jordan throws his arm around Don and congratulates him. Good shot, kid. Don had just done the impossible. And with the game...
You got like the classic Bulls team. You got Pippen, you got Jordan, goddamn.
Ball in one hand, $1 million check in the other, Don Calhoun did it. He was set. Except he wasn't. Due to a technicality in the rules of this contest, the insurance company that was required to make the payoff claimed they simply didn't have to pay the man.
Wow.
Don hit $1 million shot for absolutely nothing.
That's horrible. Poor guy, man. Wait, so based off that, I'm assuming he genuinely got nothing back. Oh, mate.
Today's video is sponsored by Seat.
Getting his money too. You know what? He's getting an ad on the video. It's got 8 million views in less than a week. That is bread, man. Come on. Secure on the bag. That's what you love to see. And if you're interested, you can use code Jimmy. You know how to do it. Links in the description to his video.
With $1 million on the line, do you think you could sink a three-pointer? Pretty incredible consolation for one simple shot, but no one in their right mind would ever offer such a prize for making a single three-pointer.
Bro, I'm terrible.
Except they did. Back in the 90s, during NBA All-Star Weekend, the league and a sponsoring company...
Oh, so is it just during the All-Star weekends then? It's not just during any random game. It would be for special occasions like the All-Star weekend, or like during the playoffs maybe. I'm not sure how it necessarily works. Maybe it's changed now.
Companies such as Foot Locker, American Express, Sony would host a contest for fans. The NBA's $1 million shot. It was one of the most anticipated side events of the entire weekend, and out of the millions of fans who entered to win a shot, only one would be chosen to take it. Get selected, make a three-pointer, win $1 million. An opportunity of a lifetime for 4 lucky contestants that were selected over the 4 years that the NBA hosted the contest. And to aid them in their quest for $1 million shot, each contestant was joined by a former or active NBA player to give them pointers and advice. In 1996, among the 6 million entries, 17-year-old Demetrius Houston was selected to take the $1 million shot. With George Gervin by his side and 17,000 fans looking on, Demetrius lined
pressure, man. I wouldn't be able to do this with no one watching. So you got 17,000 people and you're not used to this. That makes for an insane experience, like a lifetime experience. But in this moment, the pressure you'd be feeling, to win money too.
Up his shot, and with $1 million on the line, he clanks it off the backboard. Gervin tells the kid not to worry about it, but I'm sure he did. In 1997, a man named Jim Valente was selected to take the $1 million shot. His host and mentor for the event, NBA legend Oscar Robertson, a man who literally never made a three-pointer in his entire NBA career. But Jim was focused. It was his wife's birthday, and what better birthday gift than $1 million check? So Jim steps up to the line. He's ready. The ways in which he'll spend the $1 million already racing through his mind. I'll get that Corvette I've always wanted. That'd sure look good in a Rolex. We could really use a new deck out back. Maybe I'll get a boat. Or maybe
That's a terrible shot as well. That's me. That's what I would do.
We'll get nothing. After the shot, Craig Sager asked Jim about his experience. $1 million. Gone. What went wrong, Jim? Give us some insight.
How did you feel at the time? What went wrong? I think I just pushed it a little to the right.
Not wrong. To be fair, he's not wrong.
In 1998, a contestant named Sol Holkman was selected to take the shot. And for the first time in the contest history, a contestant actually hit the rim. Another year, another $1 million miss. But of all these $1 million...
I find it so wild. Obviously, Muggsy was tiny, right? But having a basketball player actually look like a small human next to, I guess, an average-sized human is really... It gives an idea just how small he really was. Especially, he's playing up against like 6'5" to 7 foot people. And Muggsy's just he's like 5'1", 5'2". That is crazy, you know.
$1 million miss. But of all these $1 million shot events, none managed to top the one that started it all in 1995. The contestant that was chosen, 16-year-old Mike Hogan. For weeks leading up to the contest, Mike spent 2 hours a day, every day, shooting three-pointers.
Oh, so they actually got told way before. I just thought they were selected out. Oh, okay, so there actually is a bit more preparation, so they can prepare a bit, I guess. Or I guess maybe how it was before.
Accompanied by all-star Dan Marley, Mike was locked in. Going through the most meticulous shooting routine you'll ever see in your life, Mike prepares his shot by, quote, becoming one with the basket. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled a microscope
All this just to miss, man. That's just sad.
out and studied the hoop to better his odds. Now he's taking phantom shots. His routine is becoming more unhinged by the second, but it works for him. Friends and family look on, watching him live on TV, ready to witness history unfold. Mike is ready. He lines up the shot. He shoots.
Nope. Airball.
And misses the rim by 2 feet. An airball.
God
The
damn.
poor kid is devastated. Friends and family are stunned. All the while, the commentators
Bro, they literally set up a camera from their family. Oh my days, the expectations. See, that's the sort of memory you're never going to live down, man. Because that, again, would have changed your life. But nah. God damn.
of the event doing his best to help, but instead just pours on a slew of more disappointment in the process.
So young Mike Hogan has missed his shot at $1 million. The good news is, though, he doesn't win money, doesn't become a pro, and his college scholarship hopes stay alive. He'll go back to be the post-up player for his junior varsity team.
That's
After the
sad.
shot, Sager interviews
He is absolutely devastated, bro. He looks blank in the face. Oh.
the kid, where he has the bright idea of just asking for one more shot.
I wasn't really in that zone I wanted to be in, but, you know, one more shot.
You would like one more shot, wouldn't you?
Man, I would love another shot.
You'd like one more shot, wouldn't you? Mike never got another shot. 4 contestants, $1 million on the line for 1 three-pointer, and 0 winners. And looking back on these contests, it's pretty remarkable that no one hit their $1 million shot. Because countless fans and contestants have hit much more difficult shots for far less money. We've all seen these contests unfold in person. A fan gets randomly chosen out of the stands to come down and try to hit a half-court
Okay, so
shot.
this is what I was getting confused with. This, I guess the lower prices, or the lower amounts of money are just for any sort of random game. The big 1 million sort of prize pools are for the big events.
The prize money nowhere near $1 million. Usually the prize is $10,000 or maybe $20,000 or a car. This Mavericks fan hit a layup, a free throw, a three-pointer, and a half-court shot in sequence without missing. An anomaly of events in this context.
What?
His reward for the incredible feat? $3,000 worth of gift cards to a local furniture store.
Oh my
God. But it gets worse. Because at a Mavs game a few years later, this woman was put to the task of sinking a half-court shot. She's rocking the dirt gear, she's feeling good, beautiful form, and drills the shot. Nothing but net. What was her prize for pulling this off, you ask? A 65-inch flat screen TV. Absolutely.
What the fuck? Oh my days! Imagine you prepare and then you just get the you get this opportunity, right? You're like, okay, I'm going on the court. It's gonna be a good prize, and you get a flipping TV. Flipping hell!
Absolutely appalling. This guy managed to drill a half-court shot at a Blazers game years ago and won round-trip tickets to anywhere of his choice. A pretty unlikely shot from the guy, but far from impossible.
I mean, that's a cool prize, right? But that's not flipping $1 million, is it?
What is impossible, however, is the fact that another fan hit the same exact shot 30 seconds later. It's clear that some people actually make these shots. So what would happen if someone actually did hit $1 million shot? What if instead of shelling out some gift cards or a flat screen TV, a team had to actually hand over a 7-figure check to one lucky fan?
All of this leading up to this, bro. And he's not even gonna get the goddamn money. Oh, that is such an L. That pisses me off.
It's April 14th, 1993. The Bulls are facing the Heat in Chicago. The Bulls are on a roll coming into the matchup on a 3-game win streak. By halftime, Chicago is up by 14. Jordan is killing the Heat. 22 points in the first half.
Bro, look how small he makes that cup look. I mean, maybe it is a small cup, but he absolutely dwarfs that with his fingers, bro.
Is killing the Heat. 22 points in the...
Bro, what the fuck? I mean, I guess it's bigger than this cup, right? It's definitely bigger than that. But bro, he's literally like just holding like a little teacup. The fuck is going on?
First half. It's a great time for home fans as usual. But the real spectacle is about to take place. Throughout the 93 season, the Bulls hosted a promotion for their fans. Among the 18,000 fans in attendance for any given home game, one lucky individual would be chosen to shoot a 3/4 court shot to win $1 million. At the time, and to this day even, $1 million cash prize for such an event is unheard of. But
and in these times, you got to think of inflation, right? That's probably like, I don't know how much inflation has gone up, but that's probably like, I'm gonna say like 4 million back in those times, like in currency now. $1 million back then is probably like 4 million, probably more, maybe not, I don't know, but definitely at least double, almost triple the amount. So that's a lot of money.
Odds of such a shot going in are so astronomically unlikely that the Bulls and the insurance company that would be responsible for paying out the prize money felt comfortable running the event anyways. Leading up to that Heat matchup, 19 lucky fans had attempted the halftime $1 million shot. Of the 19, 2 hit the backboard, 16 were airballs, and just 1 even hit the rim.
Oh, imagine hitting the rim. I mean, in hindsight, it wouldn't have mattered because they wouldn't have got the money, but just imagine in the moment. Oh, mate.
Estimate of a fan chosen at random hitting this shot? Less than 1%. And so a member of the Bulls organization went into the crowd and selected a 23-year-old local by the name of Don Calhoun. The reason for selecting him? His shoes wouldn't scuff up the floor. Hopeful, but understanding the slim odds that he faced, Don walked down to the court and prepared to take his shot. A fun halftime gimmick, something to keep the fans involved. They just slapped $1 million on there to get everyone excited, but no one will ever hit the shot anyways. Chris Hammond, vice president of SCA Promotions, a leader in the promotional contest industry, looks back on the shot saying, "The perfect contest is like the most tempting carnival game. Just feasible enough to make people think they can do it while actually being extremely difficult. You could have Steph Curry out there and still make money. Well, Mr. Hammond, it's time to pay up."
Mental.
$1 million.
Got the whole team celebrating. Like, bro, look at this. You've got the classic Bulls team celebrating with you, and you're about to win you've just won $1 million. The devastation after. God, this is gonna piss. I'm already pissed off, and I'm not even seeing an outcome at this point.
$1 million here at Chicago Stadium. And for Don Calhoun of Bloomington, Illinois, a $1 million million-dollar thrill.
In what is possibly the most inconceivable occurrence to ever happen on an NBA court, Don Calhoun drilled an 80-foot shot
Got the whole crowd jumping up off their seats as well, man.
for $1 million. The whole place goes nuts. For a moment, it's like Don is part of this Bulls team and they just won another championship. Even the ref of the game comes over to congratulate him. The man just did the impossible. $1 million. That's more than half the guys on this roster made that year.
Oh, damn. See, this really goes to show, like, the money this was in these times. Any times in millions a lot, but in these times.
And with the job complete, Don heads over to snap a photo with the check in one hand and the game ball in the other. He did it. At least that's what he thought. See, these promotions are combed through meticulously by some of the best lawyers money can buy. The rules and restrictions are tight. Break one of them and you can kiss those winnings goodbye. Don Calhoun broke one of the rules. Not intentionally or anything, but among the stipulations of this promotion, one of them states that the contestant could not have played organized basketball within 5 years of the contest. And just 3 years prior to this contest, Don was a member of the Triton community basketball team.
This is so fucking dumb. You've got people at a basketball game watching the Bulls in the, I think it was the playoffs, in the playoffs, and you expect none of them to have played basketball 5 years previously or like to a decent level. Like, what the that is so dumb. Oh, I hate fucking big organizations. Just fucking hell, man.
The contest people knew this. Don acknowledged this by marking the information on the contest form. But the contest people shrugged it off and gave him the shot anyways. The insurance people, however, did not. To them, it was a clear breach of the rules. Don should have never been selected in the first place. And so the insurance company of the event disqualified Don out of his shot and out of his $1 million. When news broke that the now local legend would not be receiving his money, fans were livid. As reports on the event grew, fan outrage grew with it. And within a week, the Bulls organization was under so much local pressure that they held a press conference announcing that they actually had a change of heart and they would pay up.
I mean, if that's true, if it's going to be a good ending like that, the Bulls paid up instead. Whoever paid, at least he gets the money.
Strange and inexplicable decision considering their stance just a few days prior. Don's $1 million split into 20 payments over the next 20 years. His first...
Huh? So you didn't get it straight up? I mean, don't get me wrong, that's still good, because for 20 years, he probably just doesn't have to work. But that's not really the same, because with inflation, that amount does go down.
Check for $50,000 was sent out that week. Technically, rules were broken, but Don was getting paid, and he had no idea how or why.
Actually, no, because it's better, really, because you're getting 50k. Say on the last payment, you're getting 50k, but that's actually worth more.
A year after his miraculous shot, Don heard that Michael Jordan would be in the area for one of his son's basketball games. A perfect opportunity for Don to get his $1 million game ball signed. So Don pulled up to the game in search of Michael, but with security flocking the NBA star, no fans were getting anywhere near him. But Don wasn't just an ordinary fan. He's the guy who hit the $1 million shot. Jordan recognized him in the stands and had security bring him over after the game. And with his ball in hand, hoping to get an autograph, Don approached Michael. But MJ didn't call him over to give him an autograph. Instead, he had to ask Don a question. Did you get your money? A year after the Bulls had their change of heart and decided to pay him his money, Don finally got an answer why. Turns out the insurance company wasn't the one who paid Don. They never intended to. After hearing about what the insurance company was trying to pull, Michael Jordan, along with other players on the Bulls, told ownership they needed to pay up. And so the organization did.
Wow, that's legendary, man. That's legendary.
Out of their own pockets. Legally, the parties involved were within their rights to void the payments altogether, but Michael felt like what they were doing wasn't right. And so he made it right. If it wasn't for Michael approaching ownership and demanding they pay Don his money, he would have never seen a cent of that $1 million. So turns out that even if it was for a brief moment, Don Calhoun was a part of the Bulls. Seeking nothing in return, Michael and the rest of the players looked out for Don. Oh, and that autograph Don wanted, a couple weeks later, he got that too.
Oh, so that's a cool little end to the story. That's class, man. I'm happy he got it in the end. And you know what? I mean, it's not all in one, right? So you can't really invest it or anything. But he's pretty much just got a very good paying salary for free, not for free. He's obviously earned it, but every year, 20 years, he just gets 50 grand. Obviously, I think it's over now because it would have been over like 2013 or some point in the 2010s. But you know what? That's a cool ending to this story, I guess.
So what happens if someone actually makes one of those inconceivable $1 million shots? Well, one way or another, they get paid.
Yep. I mean, I feel like people are always bound to react badly, like the fans and stuff. They're not going to allow that, man. You've had that incredible moment, and then you just get told, yeah, you're not getting the money. That's just not going to happen, you know. Props to MJ for making sure he received the rightfully earned money. Yeah, come on, man. Michael Jordan, that's why he's that guy. Having Michael pull you aside, clearly invested in your situation, ask, did you get your money, has to be memorable as actually hitting the shot. And yeah, also celebrating with the players too. That just adds to the occasion. But yeah, there we go. The man who made the $1 million shot, and they didn't want to pay him, but he did get the money. Not thanks to the stupid insurance company, but he did get the money. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this reaction, and yeah, until next time, peace.